Hello? Welcome to the Quest for Details. This is the last episode of Season 9. Here, January 27th makes it 9 years, the beginning of our 10th season starting soon. The 27th wraps it up every year because that's the date that we started. And then I take a little bit of a break. This year it'll be about 1.5 to 2 weeks at the most. Got a lot of things going on and I'm on a roll. And for channel members, I will be still in contact throughout that break because I don't want you guys to have a missing chunk of a month. And for all of you, you'll be noticing hopefully that I'm responding more of your comments because I have been in a mad rush to put out all of the material from this season that we had stored up and wanted to get it out. And we got most of it out. So there'll be a couple flashbacks in the new season. There will be another season, season 10. And yeah, 10 years. 10 years. So I've been trying to think. I've done a lot of season wrap-ups. Done 8 of them before this, obviously. And yeah, just maybe we'll keep it simple. It was a heavy year. It's been a few heavy years. I thought, man, maybe we should go over all that. But the sun is shining on me in January here in a gravel bed. And I'm thinking maybe we could just do what we do. Look for some rocks and talk about whatever comes up. Quest the details. And, you know, this will just be the last video for this season. So this is the setting. We are back in a familiar gravel bed close to home. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so we have several hours until sunset. There's that sun. And since we do about 4 or 5 quests here during the season, thought might as well wrap it up here. The gravel beds are all getting churned over. This is our rainy, wet season, so as we walk today, we have chances of finding some big, beautiful agates and everything else in the stream bed. And yeah, there are people out hunting in between the rainstorms that live close to the creeks, like we're hunting this one. But for the most part, everything is on a grand reset. And it'll be a while of churning and churning so that all of these gravel beds that we've gotten to before become all refreshed with new treasures laying on the surface. Look at that one. I wish I knew what that name of that stone was around here. It always has that rind on the outside. And it has that speckled green makeup on the inside. Always looks like that. Don't know. I'm gonna try and cross here. Now gets down to beds we haven't been to yet this season. Okay. And we are across. Carried the little guy. There's a little fording. A fjord's a steep place, right? With the water coming in from the ocean. As opposed to a ford. Just like there that you drive and it breaks down all the time. Just kidding. Driven a lot of Fords. There's one. There's one for us. Look at the glow of that. There's a lot of quartz in this creek, but you can tell the agates. got some milkiness, but it's enough of a chunker we could cut it and see what was inside. Because I guarantee you, some layering has occurred that filled up a pocket, and we get the flat agates out here that fill crevices and flat areas. Yep, it's a chunker. It's not impressive on the outside, but that's the thing about agates, right? Not much calcite needed of that, just quartz crystal off a thin bed. Wow, look at this. There's more of its agate goodness showing through on the outside. Just pure calcite. This is just a whole riverbed of this volcanic tuff, this landscape tuff, but some of these pieces, wow. Look at that. Look at the inside of that. Look how vivid the colors get. Just pure picturescape, landscape stone. Beautiful. We're taking that. Gosh. Okay. Two things. This. Some of the bubbly, yummy. I love this bluish botryoidal crystal bed agate chunks that we get. That will look marvelous wet. And some of this bowenite. It's called Applegate Jade if you are collecting it up in Oregon by Applegate Lake and such. Down here it's called bowenite. That's one of its common names. It's a type of serpentine. Very crystally and hard and translucent. And I also believe it's what? The state stone of Rhode Island. So it's known in many places by many names, but we call it bowenite around here. It's also the Maori greenstone. It's used for all their carvings in New Zealand. Same creatures, I do believe. Let's go get these wet. And yeah. Pick this up. What a loaded little bed so far. We've only gone 10 feet. That's what I mean. Things are changing. So many things have changed for me. Things that were 20-year things, marriages, bands, all kinds of things. The ambulatory state of my father, who is a double amputee as of this year in his home and recovered and playing in his shop. And we'll be trying to get you more footage of him. Another chunk of green here. That's one of the goals for this summer, for this season coming up, I mean, is more footage of the folks. And my mom is dying to do more metal detecting. And I've been dying to do more metal detecting. It requires a little bit more than rock hounding sometimes. And I'd gone so heavy into it after I found my gold coin, like obsessively. That's what I spent all my time doing. So I may have become a little bit burnt out on it, you know. I have to admit that, because I wondered why I stopped. But gold right now is at $4,000 an ounce, so a half-ounce ring is no silly thing right now. Silver is up to $100 an ounce, so metal detecting and mining should be at the forefront of people's minds who have any ability or want to do it, you know, because the treasure is happening out there. Let's look at these rocks. 2 green ones in our agate. Boom! The magic of water. Ooh, that one's got a beautiful blend to it. You see the least reflection and the most light. It's got a little bit of that white fat content to it, some rust going on, emulating the nephrite cousin. Nice froggy colors in that one. And then this was the first one we picked up, and just whoa, there's that traditional Applegate bowenite. Boom. And I can just tell you right there that is very semi-translucent. Just boom. Beautiful. Nice solid chunk right there. And then this, that really lets it show off its finer details, which is what we do here. See the infinitely small banding in there. The druze beds. The semi-bot of the whole thing, and then look what's inside. The fine agate lines, the blue. That's a beautiful thing right there. Beautiful little chunk of color and pattern. Bunch of detail in one thing. That's what we're out here doing. Oh yeah, not bad, not bad. So yeah, definitely goals for this upcoming season. Figure out if we're doing an 11th season. I know, heavy concept. This is 10 years. I don't feel like we're done. I have goals. I have not reached the goals. We continue to move towards them. And although I've gotten to do a lot of the things I originally started out to do, and get the gold coin checked out, because when I found it, all that we really know about it is its year, its condition, the fact that at the point it was worth about $300 in gold weight, but everybody pointed out that every individual gold coin, its year, where it was minted, how many of them there are out there, its condition, it all makes it a different value, you know. So because of that, it can vary in thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. So who knows? And definitely going to do that. Get it put into plastic. It has been in deep hiding. That's part of the reason why I don't bring it out and wave it around all the time. And while I have sold some of my gold rings and stuff that I've found, I will not ever sell that gold. So that will be sitting there and sitting there and sitting there, because that's part of the, that was my gold coin. The gold coin kind of like is part of the magic of this whole thing that happened. I decided to do a channel, and then right near the beginning, as I'm starting to play around with the metal detector, I dig up a gold coin, and I didn't even know how rare they are, how big of a deal it was at that point. And that helped propel the channel, helped get me out there to a bigger audience, helped me be discovered. And so it's not just the value of that, it's like that first dollar that you get of profit for your business or something. It's a big deal. So it represents that for me. So long, hard year. I don't know what should we go into on all that. It's a big list. I lost close friends. I don't want this to be a bummer video, but things have changed for me, you know, for sure. In the last 3 years, and then culminating in this year, things have changed drastically. This year, my daughter is 18, my youngest. I have 2 stepdaughters, and then Olive, my youngest, and they are all grown up. She has 2 older sisters, and me and her mom did not manage to stay together until she was 18, so the last 3 years have been living separate, and me dealing with that, me having to commute, and separate houses and stuff, which is something I never wanted to do. And I had to adapt to it. So there's been just a lot of changes that have been going on in the background. All the way around. And yeah, I don't think I want to go into all that in this video. I think I'm going to do the Forrest Gump and say that's about all I have to say about all that. Although it's probably not. I just want you to know that now we're not beyond everything, but we are progressed to the point in change where we're at a crossroads. Everything is at an actual crossroads. So season 10 has this real feeling of a new chapter, of a new season, of not knowing where anything will go, of knowing that other things are definitely ended. You know, many things in my life do not continue past this point, and or are forever changed, and or are forever grown and matured to points where nests would be empty, and you know, I would have to be figuring out what to do with myself anyways. I was a dad working, paying off houses, and raising 3 kids, and that's been my identity along with everything else. But even those other exterior, whatever you'd call them, extra activities have been massively changed because of death and everything. So I find myself at a true crossroads, and you can just kind of tell sometimes that you are, because I've been gifted all new levels of ability, it seems like, and at the same time the challenges always step up. You know, it's almost like a video game where you finally get the stronger tools and the stronger skills, but then all of a sudden the foes and the battles and the quest gets a little bit more complicated. So that is occurring, but I guess that is the quest that we're on. In the end, I want to have told some sort of story, and so I don't feel like I've done enough of that. So this season I want to try and tell more of the story that I wanted to tell. I'm not sure exactly what it is, and in these times and days that's pretty complicated, because what I thought was easy stories to tell now seem very complicated, because you have to take into consideration so many things, which I guess should be considered, but the world is ever more complicated, right? So forgive me for looking down so much in life in general and on this gravel bed. You guys help me find the positive things in life, and give me a reason to continuously go out and look for them. So I'm very thankful for that. That's continually one of the miracles of this whole thing that saved me originally when this quest began, because I've told this story before, but there was negative things I wanted to film and positive things I wanted to film, and I decided to just start with the positive stuff. And what I noticed after a while, after my first half of season, was that it's really good for the human soul to go out with a camera, maybe even just your own eyeballs, a journal, pen and paper, whatever, and just look for things that are beautiful and things that are good and things that are happy in the world, because you can find things that are wrong and things that are bad. And I sure as heck struggled at first trying to separate the two, and then it became more and more easy. And I don't feel like I'm leaving out or hiding the bad stuff. the garbage over there or the politics are involved in getting into a stretch of creek or anything, but I do feel like as time went on, it became more and more healthy of a process, and probably saved my life to be able to be going on a quest constantly, to have people to interact with ever more in the world, all of you, and be able to share stuff with you. So some of the fundamentals of human survival and thriving were met in that way, and it's carried me through some awful stuff and some empty times, and so I really appreciate you. I really appreciate my viewers. And yeah, I want to finish finding the details or continue. This doesn't have to be our last season. I'm not trying to paint that. I'm just trying to say season 10 is monumental to me, right? That's a decade. I did get to meet all of you. I do get to do these wonderful things that I've done. It's pushed me to do so many things that I probably wouldn't have. And it's been a journey. Now I'm on a journey where you're with me. And we're at these crossroads. We're literally at a crossroads. I would have to babble for hours. Half of it would be sad and negative and weird. I mean, we should sit down with some whiskey if we're going to do that. But yeah, not right now. And it's a true crossroads. So this is one of those times in life. We get to reinvent ourselves. We get to regrow from stalk up, from ashes up, and yeah, it's terrifying, horrifying, and beautiful and wonderful at the same time. So we are ready to move on. We're ready for this new part of life, and you're all invited to come with me and check it out and see what it's going to be. Of course, the quest mostly sticks to just the adventure part and the hunting and playing part. I am doing a lot of check-ins. I'll be doing those mostly for the members. I'm kind of doing a little vlog, maybe a couple of times a month, like maybe 4 times, I'm not sure. Trying to make the membership real interactory. These words today. Trying to bring my members in as the council, as the co-conspirators in this whole thing. So I'm going to be doing a lot of surveys, do public surveys too, and doing the check-ins. That's what I'm babbling about, is that just regular kind of video log journals. And yeah, and I was going to ask the members if they thought that I should do more of those on the public part of the channel. So anyhow, if you're super interested in all the littler details of my life, like I just had vehicle issues and got help and advice from the members, and it was nice to interact and kind of do a little journaling process with everybody. So we're going to try and maybe get brave enough to do some lives and stuff. We can do it on the public part of the channel and everything too. Just wanted to let everybody know that there was the member thing going on, and I appreciate all of my viewers, all of my subscribers, and all of my members. It's a beautiful hour. Everything recovering from the fires out here. And the broken light, cloud and sunshine. Evening time and slanting light. Beautiful stuff. For those of you that stuck around, you want to just finish off with some rock hounding? Is that big old agate right there? know what we're gonna find. It is. We scrub it a little bit. It's got all this moss and slime on it. Big old quartz fill in the middle there. Any light? Oh, our light's over here. Boop. Well, it's a chunk egg. I know it's kind of mossy gross, but boom. Bag of agates. Can't complain about that. Just shows there's big uns laying all over the ground out here. Gotta get them before the moss grows and the next storm flips them all. Yup. We are wrapping up. This is gonna be it. I'm thinking. Well, yeah, I don't want to say too many more things. Every time you say something out loud, it gives the universe a chance to start messing with it before you get it done. So that's another part of the season, is a lot of doing, and I'm not gonna talk too much about it all before I do it. As far as this particular video, not gonna change a lot of stuff, but I am gonna change some things. I'm gonna keep trying to better the videos and incorporate the videos and improve the videos. Trying to put more and more actual information and educational stuff in there is one of the goals. There's a little, not little, that chunk of crevice. We have to get it wet to look prettier, for sure. There you go. It's a crevice, so its cross section is going to be the prettiest. Interesting. The attributions of other minerals there layered in the calcetony. Attributions? And Mars turned 8 years old this year. And Indigo, his younger brother. No freaking way. Look at this. Just absolute slabber. That is a mighty fine little crevice agate there, for sure. Oh, I love the color. Don't know if the camera can pick it up like the human eye. But yeah, that blue-yellow, completely worn out of its host stone. You can see the different colorations and variations there. Almost translucent and porcelain-like on the edges. That's what I'd call these, is very, very porcelain. Yeah, getting down to the last couple of rocks of the season here. Here's the little bluey creature. We'll dip it in the water. Oh yeah. Beautiful little crystal caverns. They're milky. opalescent blue of the whole thing. The cool shape. Very cool, very cool. All that is host rock that is just so silicated it's trapped in there now. But it actually makes really beautiful patterns. You decided to come back? That might be it. You never know, right? That is 1000% what I do want to say every time, because I've always said try to take care of yourselves, because each one of you is absolutely unreplaceable, unique. I know they're preaching to you constantly that there's too many of you and that you're the worst thing that's ever happened to the planet. It's almost shameful to be a human being. But that's a story as old as time. They have been telling people to be ashamed of themselves and to consider themselves evil and low and things that need to be forgiven. And you're not. You're precious, you're valuable, you're rare in the universe, you're rare in the heavens. Whether you believe completely in science, a mixture of that and religion, whether you have whatever religion you have, you know that either way you're rare. And you're precious, you're valuable. That's all there is to it. So take care of yourselves, and because of that same thing, empathy, try and have empathy. It's drained from us constantly. We live in a world where it requires a callousness to be able to survive. And because of that, we have a constant need to refine our empathy, get back in touch with it, and try and use it, not let it be wiped out. Not let it be so traumatized that you go numb, because numb is not the way that we're supposed to be. So take care of each other if you get the chance. And with that now goes, again, similar as it should, that life is freaking short, that there's not a single day that's going to be promised to you, that's guaranteed to you. And I can't say that there's a tomorrow. For me, for you, we can hope that there is, and we can plan, and we should definitely dream. That's the point. No more wasting time. It's something we're all inevitably going to do. Regret waste time, and procrastination waste time, and fear waste time. And every bit of that you're going to regret, and that can become a cycle. So don't waste time. Appreciate everything that you can, even on your worst days. Try and find the things that you're thankful for. It'll help you as much as it helps everybody around you. It can be your magic armor against all of the bad stuff, is that you can still find the good stuff. And that is the nature of the quest. Not necessarily just this quest, but the quest. The quest that each of you is on in your lives, and the quest that everyone has to go on, everyone is on. You are the lead character in your existence. Everybody else will have to leave this planet, leave this existence. So take care of yourself and enjoy this place. And that's my best advice on how to enjoy it, is slow down, look at the details, try to appreciate them, use your senses to experience them as much as you can, and share them with other people if you can, because that makes them so much more valuable. And love is all you need. Love is the answer. I've been around and around 1,000 things in life, and I can tell you that. No matter what, love is all you need. Love is the answer. There's lots of different kinds of love, ways to love and things to love. I think that's a wrap. I'll see you next season. Quest on.